In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Greetings, fellow travelers. Welcome to a Reborn in Power series featuring the Kron chosen known as Marmaduke 9, who was captured by a mysterious pilot known as Hagar in the Pod Pit Challenge. Follow along as Marmaduke is subjected to face his past fragments in this side series to the New Age. Oh, I need to do something real quick.
More editing for me. It's fine because I also need to find Marmaduke's character sheet.
Every time it says this meeting is being recorded, it shows like a thing pop up on the screen. So now I can't see you. So I have to like go and turn it off. I don't know how to turn that off. But it's okay.
All right.
Shall we begin our third Fragments Reborn session?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to start the music. This show on the road. Marmaduke 9. You're within a simulation of some kind. It feels eerily familiar to you and very real. You have also encountered your wife, your previous wife, Nightingale 71, and she brought a unit to you to make sure that your enhancements were all good. Turns out that they have been severed from you for some reason, for some time. And you are sent over to meet with Marmaduke 3, who is also going to assess your capabilities for your next mission. You also learned that, well, the Reggies are to help you in some ways. This is coming from your codex, in which the benefactor has explained to you a few things. Something about the plan, and how the plan is to bring a new form of freedom to everyday life in the core. As you met with three was kind of trying to figure out what is going on with you in regards to your enhancements, and checking to see if your mental capacity was at best state. And you You didn't remember exactly when your last mission was, but one of the Reggies helped you out. And you were just like, 4 4 days. But after that, you were informed that you needed to get your enhancements situated before going on your next mission. So you went back to your base, to your actual chamber, and there was, I believe, 3 Reggies: Reggie 8, 9, and 10. 10 actually having his memories from even from the future, actually, from the last time you guys met in Turtrin Trek. And they
Check
presented
out.
you with 3 choices. 3 choices, 3 enhancements. One being superior flight, another being a radar sensor, and the third being spatial breath. You chose superior flight as your first, and
Yes.
they began to escort you over to the place where you will be getting this enhancement.
In other, it
So,
was superior flight and 2 others that weren't superior flight.
yes, you're like, no, superior flight, that's the one. As you head over to retrieve this enhancement, you get to the lift. The lift opens up with the Reggies following suit, and they're all kind of surrounding you at this point. And the lift closes up and then begins to lower down until it reaches the chamber in which the Reggies have inputted into the lift's mainframe. And then the door slides open, and you see another massive chamber that kind of goes up. It looks like a dome, and you see panels like that are spread across the entirety of this entire domed chamber. And you see the Reggies go over to what looks like another Reggie, and the other Reggie is behind a desk, and you see on top of the desk is this. It almost looks like this slick down metallic shell, and he says, "Mama took 9. Here you are."
Thank you, Reggie. I hope
And
you.
you see the Reggie kind of come up to you, walk around. Is like, "I need to calibrate it to your enhancement slot."
Be my guest.
You see, he goes over to you, takes the actual the enhancement, and turns you around. You're getting ready.
I'm getting ready.
Turns you around and then goes and begins to slide it into your back. As this happens, I would like you to roll me an endurance check.
Okay. Okay. I think I put endurance on my cheat sheet.
Oh yeah,
I did. 19.
19. You feel a slight pinch into your back, and it feels like it goes up your spinal cord, and it kind of rattles through, and then you feel right in your the back of your shoulders. I forget what bone that is.
Shoulder
But
blades.
you, yeah, you feel something kind of lock in, and then it feels like you have a sensation that you can lift yourself off the ground.
I lift myself off the ground.
Okay, I'd like you to roll me a piloting check.
Ooh. What? Oh, okay. Now I understand what I was on about. Okay, there we go. Because I've got a piloting with int and a piloting with the normal.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
So that's 26 with the normal.
Perfect.
I
You
believe I can
lift.
fly.
You believe. You begin to lift off the ground, hovering about a foot off the ground, and this feels natural to you. You, as this is happening, I'd like you to roll me another discipline will check. Oh, a discipline will check. This is your first for the session.
It's just usually this is the one I roll. So what's actually
Yeah.
happening? Am I just like floating up, or are there like
Yeah.
boosters coming out of my back and going like?
You're not sure. It feels like there's something coming out of your back, but when you kind of twirl around, you don't notice any kind of boosters.
Okay. That's 23 with a discipline wheelchair.
As you do this, you recall memories from when you'd go on missions and you'd go and land on certain worlds. You'd your pod would land, and then the Reggies would all fly out, and you would fly out as well, and you'd all begin exploring and scanning the world.
Yeah.
And scanning for life signs.
In my void.
And
missions.
this, yes, you would almost like you were always in flight. You were always in the air, in space. The ground doesn't feel right. As this happens, you see the Reggie 10 comes up to you. How does it feel to have it back?
It's almost as if I never left the air. But it's like a chain has been cut from my feet.
Well, it's time for you to train. Make sure that your reflexes are still at their peak condition.
Sounds good to me.
You see the Reggie that installed that calibrated the enhancement into your back goes around and around the desk and begins to fly to the center, please, Marmaduke 9.
I just sort of give him an eyebrow like, oh, I don't know if I could do something like that. I mean, that sounds very difficult as I'm flying off into the center.
You begin to levitate over to the center of the dome area. And then you see a shield appear around you, like this domed shield that begins to hover around you, and then you hear a simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. I'd like you to roll me initiative. So that'd be your just plus your agility.
Yeah. Oh, is that on my? That should be on my cheat sheet.
It should be.
It is 20.
All right. As you see that this thing says 3, 2, 1, you suddenly see the panels all around the dome begin to open up and turrets come down and begin to charge up. Now, this enhancement, you can use piloting as a defensive form.
Okay. I'm just
And
typing that up.
also, let me actually, hopefully my Discord opens up. So I can send you the actual thing itself.
Okay.
But you can.
Now, as we
Go
know,
ahead.
I'm in Central Asia, and if I use anything else internet-wise, things will potentially go
yeah.
horribly wrong.
Okay,
So-
well then let me tell you what this does. So you have a range 5 flying movement, so you can move a total of 50 feet per turn.
Okay. Okay.
You can also use stamina to increase that if you like.
Cool.
Pilot is used as a defensive form, and you can add +5 to your piloting checks 4 times per day. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Very
That
good.
being the case, what'd you get on your initiative?
20.
All right. You go first. What would you like to do as you see these turrets are charging up blasts?
I'm unarmed.
You are currently unarmed.
Okay. Well, how many turrets?
There are about 6 turrets.
6. Evenly spaced around?
Yeah, they're evenly spaced out, but also like up, like some are higher and some are lower. So there are about 3 that are closer to you, and then 3 more that are further away from you. The 3 that are closer to you are about like 30 feet in range, and then the 3 that are further away from you are about 60 feet.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. And they all look like they're about to fire.
Yes, they're charging up right now.
Cool. Well, starting to sing to myself an old shanty that we once sang in the Marmaduke Squadron. I zoom toward one of the nearer turrets. Yes, I want to get underneath the barrel and sort of hang on to it, using it sort of as cover. And I'm run and tell all of the angels. This could take all night.
You grab onto the barrel of one of the turrets. The turret is trying to move around. I'd like you to roll me an athletics check.
Oh, okay. Oh. Now this isn't on my cheat sheet because I don't usually use it. So that's with strength, athletics. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything in that. Yeah. So that's going to be 12. No, it's not. It's going to be 10.
10. Okay, you feel the barrel beginning to move around, and you're trying to stay out of like basically stay in its blind spot.
Pretty much.
You're able to stay in its blind spot, but you see the turret is is really trying to get, like, looking at you. As this happens, you hear a multiple shots fire off, and you see the turret swings back over and tries to fire off its shot straight at the shots that are coming towards it.
Shoot at the shots. Okay.
You see, it is unable to fire off and shoot directly at one of them, and you see the blast one of the blasts comes over and hits the turret directly.
Think I need a devil to help me get things right.
Another shot hits its. It looks like these turrets actually have like some kind of shielding around them, as you see them. The two shots actually hit the shielding, and then two more shots go completely wide. And another shot hits the shielding, and you see the shielding beginning to like shimmer a bit.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Right.
As you see them all recharging their blasts.
They're sort of doing pretty much what I want them to do, which is shoot that turret.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and stay behind the turret.
All right.
As much as I can, I want to keep the turret between as many of the other turrets and me as I can. I don't think I can do that with all of them.
With as you stay behind this turret, you see two more shots come out. Yeah, no, two more shots hit the shield. Well, the first one hits the shield. You see the shield shimmer out, and then the other one straight into the turret, and it gets blasted. I'd like you to roll me a dodge or a piloting, if you like.
I mean, it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? Oh dear.
Yes.
Where are we? There it is, 28.
28. You're able to fly down as soon as the turret hits the blast hits the turret, and the turret becomes decommissioned. That is 1 out of 6. And you see another one that is below you that is aiming directly at you, and it's charging up.
I'm flying directly at it.
You fly directly at it. As you fly directly at it, I'd like you to roll me another piloting check to dodge out of the way.
Oh, that's last one was 28. This one's 26.
Okay. Okay, you're able to dodge out of the way, like literally you kind of spiral around the blast that fires off straight towards the other turret that already got destroyed. And
look me up a new evolution.
You get over to that turret, and you see all the other ones fire off shots as you get into its blind spot. Okay. You see 3 shots straight into its shield, and then 1 shot goes wide, and you see its shield is starting to shimmer. As you stay back there, you see it also takes a shot directly into it, and then you see the turret gets decommissioned. 4 more left. You see another one that is nearby as well, up above you.
I mean, it would be rude
Same
not
routine.
to.
You zoom over there. As you zoom over there, 2 of them are able to recharge and fire off at you. I'd like you to roll me 2 piloting checks.
Ooh. Hold on. You want me to roll two things? I'm going to roll 2 dice. I need the other d12. Hold on. Haha. 2 checks. Oh, right. So 1 is a 28. 1 is not a 28. It is less, but I'm going to make it a 26 by spending one of those things to up it.
Okay.
Yeah, up it by 5. So 28, 26.
Yeah, by 5. Sweet. Okay. Well, then, as that happens, you see, you see the 2 shots coming directly at you, and you see they begin to track you, and you begin to kind of spiral around, and one of them you dip down. You see it goes directly at the turret that you were going towards. You see it hits that shield, and then you swing around and you swing underneath that turret, and the other one also hits the shield over there. So now it's already taken 2 hits to its shield. See,
Clever.
the shield gets blasted out of the way, and another turret gets destroyed.
Have I made my point yet, Reggie? Or do I have to blow up all of your turrets?
You see the turrets stop, and they go back inside their slots.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Reggie say, "Good work, Marmaduke." And then you see him flying up towards you. And as you see
10
this,
or is this?
This is 10.
All right.
You also see 8 and 9 follow suit.
Interesting.
As they fly around you, they get in a circle. More like a triangle because there's 3 of them.
They extend their arms and make them sort of round.
You see 10 looks at you and says, "Range combat can be easier when in the air." But you see each of them, tech blades extend from their arms.
Wait a moment, Reggie. Since when have I ever used a tech blade? You best give me a bow and arrow if you're using tech blades.
You see Reggie 8 extends out his hand, and then it out of his hand looks like a gun that pops out, and he throws it towards you.
Do I have to roll to catch it?
No, I'll let you catch it. It's fine.
Okay. Ah, yes. The poor man's bow and arrow. All right. What are the rules of engagement, gentlemen?
If we touch you, by the time the timer goes down to 0, and you see a timer appear of 1 minute, then we restart and go again until you succeed.
My dear Reggie 10, I can't help but feel like we're back on Turf Trin Trek again. Strange times.
You need to be able to dodge every single one of our strikes.
Fair enough. Well then, chaps, tally-ho. And I straight up 50 feet.
Okay, as this happens, I'd like you to roll me another initiative check.
That just bounced right on out of my dice tray. Not 20. This is 18. No, hang on. 17? What's my initiative again? Yeah, 17.
As you go up, you see Reggie. Before you even think about going up, he goes up before you, and he actually meets you, and you see him go down for a strike at you. Oh my gosh. Okay, a 28 to hit.
Oh gosh. All right.
Yeah, he rolled pretty high.
Ugh. Well, okay, I'm not dodging that with a 3, even with my lovely piloting. So he's going to hit me.
All right, he strikes you straight into your shoulder, but he kind of love taps you. And as that happens, you see him stop and then look at you again, and he puts it back.
That's the last time I underestimate you, Reggie 10.
As this happens, I'd like you to roll me a 3 piloting checks.
3? I've only got 2 D12s.
We're not gonna go through the what's it called? The entire combat, because it'll take some time. I want to get to other things too.
Okay, so we have a 27. We have a... I'll burn another one of these to turn that into an 8, so that will be 25. And I'll burn another one to make that a 24. 27, 25, 24.
The first, so like the first bit of this combat encounter, you're struggling as all 3 of them are trying to strike you at the same time, and you are dodging like barely, and it's starting to get kind of tiring. You do take 11 points to your stamina.
Okay.
But then as you focus and you see them all coming towards you for a strike, you dip down, and then you're able to kind of maneuver around them as they're all striking, and you're able to actually get it to where they begin to strike each other as you're maneuvering around them. And in doing this, the minute passes, and you see them stop, and they look at you. Reggie 10 comes up to you. Good work. And you all begin to...
Thank you. Thank you for the training, Reggie. Been looking for the sky to save me. Looking for a sign of life.
You see 8 and 9 approach. And then again, they have these holographic images appear before you. One is the radar sensor, and the other is the spatial breath.
Now I'll be going through all 3 of these at some point, won't I?
Yes. You have succeeded in your superior flight.
Yeah, okay. So I've got superior flight. So then there's the other two. I reckon it's gonna be I reckon it's going to be spatial breath.
All right. Spatial breath. As you pick spatial breath, you see Reggie 9 is the one that's showing the spatial breath one, and then nods to you. It's like, very well. Follow me, Marmaduke 9.
Mm-hmm.
And you see he turns around and begins to head out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Reggie 10 looks over at you. Is like, Marmaduke.
10.
I have a mission. I'm not going to be able to join you on this next one.
What's the mission? It's classified, isn't it? I know that look.
I have to report over to Marmaduke 2.
Fair. Give 2 my regards.
I believe he will want to speak with you.
All right. Well, when I get this new enhancement, maybe we can meet on the outer hull. That might be nice. Although we won't be able to speak to each other because you can't hear anything in a vacuum. Scratch that. We'll meet indoors on a couch with cigars.
As you see, he goes over towards a separate lift. Then you go inside, and you're in there with 8 and 9. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Reggie, before you go.
Yes.
Speaking to 10. Quite good fun training with you again. Quite good fun indeed. There is no need for us to be opposing, is there?
As long as you come back, Marmaduke 9, to help fulfill the plan.
To help fulfill the plan. Oh, you hit me in the throat there. Good grief. To help fulfill the plan. Well, we'll see what the plan reveals. I may indeed make my way back home.
He nods to you.
And stride over to the lift. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. No,
As you enter
there's a
inside
spring
the
in my
lift.
step. There's a spring in my step, and it's not just because of superior flight.
Yes. You kind of like do a little skip, and as you skip, you kind of flutter a little bit. And you get into the lift with 8 and 9 inside there. The lift closes shut, and 9 puts in the level in which you guys are going to as it begins to lower down. Take some time, this one, as you're inside this lift.
Is there lift
Would
music?
you like to say anything? Oh, it's just like da, 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 da.
Is it learn to fly, but in like a lift music tone?
I believe I can fly.
Oh, I wonder, is 2 taking an interest in what's happening here? Or is he speaking to 2 in the real world.
Are you asking that to the Reggies, or what are you?
Yeah,
Are you just kind of, is that rhetorical? You're asking the Reggies? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's semi-rhetorical. Let's see if they have an answer for me.
They look at you. Well, 8 looks over at you. He is meeting with 2.
Indeed. When I speak to you two, am I speaking to the same? Am I speaking to Reggie 8 and Reggie 9, or am I speaking to whoever's chatting to me in the codex, this benefactor?
We are Reggie 8 and Reggie 9, but we follow the plan.
And my little jailbreak is part of the plan, is it?
You see they turn around and don't say a word.
Maybe this Hagar chap isn't exactly following the plan.
He is part of the plan. You see the lift finally stops and it opens up into an airlock. You see another Reggie is inside here.
There's the old adage. There's the old adage.
Out.
There's the old adage, gentlemen. Man plans and the void laughs. And I'm going to walk up to the Reggie at the desk. Hello, Reggie. Good
Hello,
to see you again. 9.
Good to see you. You requested spatial breath.
I did. I did request some spatial breath.
Allow me to calibrate it.
You need me to turn around?
It's up to you. This is by your lungs.
All right.
You see, he lifts up your uniform and he begins to calibrate. I'd like you to roll me another endurance check, please.
19 again. Oh no, 21 more.
You feel this kind of slide up into your diaphragm and then up into your torso, and you feel a it almost seems like the air in your lungs begins to deplete and you gasp for breath. And upon gasping for your last bit of breath, it almost feels like you're about to lose your breath, but then you try to you try to breathe, but it almost feels like you don't need to breathe anymore.
What happens when I try and speak?
As a when you try to speak, you go to speak and it feels weird speaking because there is air coming out of your lungs when this happens, and it's almost like you can feel the enhancement stopping every single time you begin to speak. But then as soon as you're done speaking, it comes back too, and it almost feels like you don't need to breathe.
you think I'd sound different?
I mean, if we could say that if you like.
I'm thinking, would I sound different in this case? If I feel like if I feel a little bit like I've stopped breathing whenever I speak, can be. Okay. Okay, this is me normally. Oh, I'd forgotten how weird that is.
You hear Reggie 9 say, Marmaduke 9, you ready to test it out?
As I'll ever be.
Now, the thing about the spatial breath enhancement is that upon entering into a vacuumous space, like space, it will create a field around you so that you are able to survive the chill of space, as well as be able to, as you can tell, not have to breathe.
Right. So if I'm like, oh, it's so weird. Ugh. I would be singing with this thing. So hang on. It helps against the chill. Would it help if I were near to a sun or something nearish? Would it help with
the radiation?
Yes.
It is able to negate radiation as it produces a magnetic field around you.
Excellent. One day I'll probably be able to speak normally with this thing on.
You can turn it off at will.
Ah. Oh, yes, that's much better. Okay. Give me a chance to turn it on again before you kick me out of the airlock.
You see they go over and then they press a button and you see the airlock opens up, but you see a field that is you can see with your naked eye. It has like a field around it. When you are ready, fly out.
All right. Here we go. All right, so I step into the airlock. Activate spatial breath.
You feel it activate on you.
And activate superior flight.
You begin to fly. And you fly out into space. You feel yourself kind of just going at this point.
What's space look like around me? This area of space.
As you look out, I'd like you to roll me an astronomy.
It's not on the cheat sheet. Astronomy would be. Is it a law or a knowledge?
Yeah, it would be knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, and that's with intellect, I guess. So that will be a 20.
20. Looking around, space is very dark here. You see the occasional star, but it is dimmed severely. As you look at this, though, you feel like you might actually be in the dark void.
I'm going to look around back at the station before it starts staring back.
You just see as you look at the station, you see the lights emanating from it, but you can tell that the further out you go into space, the lights are dimming severely.
I'm going to start going back toward the station so I don't get swallowed by the void.
You begin to go back towards the station.
So is the station just in the void?
Seems like it.
Weird. So I can't see any.
I'd like you to roll me a discipline check.
So I can't see any stars anywhere. Well, apart from like the odd one.
It's the more you look at it, the more it feels like there's just darkness.
I feel like Disciples' will is going to be needed here. But
perhaps.
Okay. So that in total is a 13 plus 16, 29 discipline.
29. As you're heading back in, you begin to fly back towards the airlock that you see. You see the Reggies are waiting for you. And then suddenly you begin to hear a whisper.
Oh.
As you hear this, you get a vibration on your codex.
I'll check it.
You go and check it. Get inside now.
Because obviously there's no sound in space, so I can't.
Yep. you begin to book it over there.
Yep.
And you hear the and you get inside and you land inside. You see the Reggies look at you. It's like, are you all right?
I'm secure in atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not alone. Not alone here. You just let me go outside. You're not alone here. What are you doing?
They look at you and they just stare at you and then they say, you have to prepare for yourself for when you do end up going out there again.
Well, armament would be good. I had a very good bow once. Oh, that bow.
It is okay. This is just a simulation.
I don't think whatever's out there cares particularly if it's a simulation or not. I don't think that if
you see,
I'm just guessing, but I don't think that if my mind was completely gangbanged by a bunch of space void nonsense, I'd probably wake up out of this simulation a gibbering wreck.
You see them look at you and they just stare at you. And you see 8 comes up. Are you ready for your radar sensor?
Yes, I think I'm just about ready for the radar sensor, Reggie 8. Let's go and get a radar sensor. And then a stiff drink. Not necessarily in that order.
He goes out towards the lift. You guys go back into the lift. It opens up, and you begin to head up. As you head up, you see your codex gets a message.
I won't use a prop.
When you hear the whispers, run.
What were they?
Not a true Void Walker. But that is what you'll hear when a Void Walker is near.
Ah, so there wasn't any... Wait, it's... So you're preparing me then for when the void is pushed into.
It is coming soon, Marmaduke. Sooner than you think.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
It is part of the plan.
Well, I think the void is definitely laughing in that case. It certainly sounded like it was laughing.
No message comes back. Suddenly the lift opens up and you see 8 and 9 exit out.
I'll follow them.
As you exit out, you see a plethora of Reggies inside here. This is a large square space. And you see, when you look at them, you try to like gauge how many there are. There are about 20 of them. And you go up to the desk as you see a it looks like a halo ring that goes on the head. And
hello there, Reggie.
Hello, Marmaduke 9. Are you ready for your radar sensor?
Yes, I think I'm much more ready for the radar sensor than I was for spatial breath.
You see that he pulls up and comes up to you to calibrate it to you. I'd like you to roll me a endurance check.
It's just force of habit, isn't it? A discipline where no endurance check. An endurance check. Well, last time was 20.
You see he places it on your head and it kind of attaches to your head. As it attaches, you feel it feels like there's a connection that you're getting, and it begins to get overwhelming. I'd like you to roll me a discipline will check.
How much stamina do I have left? I mean, I think... Okay, yeah, I think I will Disciples will for this as well. 25 stamina down.
All right.
Needed it. Oh dear. Well, it might be fine. That is. Where is it? 23.
You try to focus your mind as best as you can, but you feel like this and it's loud, but then you with your focus you try to shoo away all the noise, and you look over and you see Reggie. It's almost like you see Reggie 8 and 9. It's almost like there's like this field that is surrounding them. And then you look over and you see the 20 Reggies over by you, where the loud noise is actually coming from, this ringing. And you look at them, and it almost looks like there is a shimmering surrounding them.
All right, I think it's working.
Do you believe it's working?
What should I
go to
seeing?
second level? You see each of them, the ringing begins to come at you again. I'd like you to roll me another discipline will check.
I think I've got enough stamina for this. I think I can do at least one more.
I'd wait.
All right, I'll wait.
You feel
I need to double check how much stamina I actually have.
You feel a huge ring go through your head, your eyes. You become blinded.
Oh.
You take 14 points to your stamina. Oh. I need to go and change the camera.
Pause.
Yes. Here we go. So, yeah, 14 stamina.
Okay, 14 down.
Yes.
Okay.
As you feel yourself being blinded, and you feel the urge of taking this off, whatever this is, but you go to try to take it off. It's calibrated to you as like just turn away and turn it off. Or are you gonna what are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to turn it off, or are you going to try to still focus?
I'm going to turn it off for now.
Okay. You turn it off. As you turn it off, the ringing is no longer there. You look over and you see all the Reggies just standing there.
Right. I'll have another go in a moment. But when I said I think it's working, I wasn't sure if it was working. So, what am I meant to be perceiving?
Stealth fields.
Right.
Reggie 8 says.
So I could see the two of you, and I could see the other 20 of them, but they were all shimmery.
When you look over at them, you see that you see that they're there. They seem like they're there. And then you hear Reggie 9 say, "Go back to level 1." And then you see they disappear. But you can see a slight glint, almost like there is a huge blob there that is like camouflaging kind of thing.
Right. Right. Okay.
Go to level 2. As you hear they say, he says level 2, the blob now fades away. If you really look closely and you get really close to them, you can kind of see a slight shimmer, but it seems like level 2 is a higher form of stealth capability.
Why is it so ear-screechingly loud? Surely being able to see them is enough.
It is supposed to alert you of any stealth field that is coming towards you, especially ones that might come from a pod that is large like this.
Ah, right. I see. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to turn it back on. And we're going to see. Let's go back to level 1. Right. A bit more prepared for what I might be facing. All right.
All right.
Here we go. And we're on.
It turns on. And you look over and you see the ringing happening. You could roll me another discipline check.
Okay, well, that's very good. That's 28.
28? Okay. Yeah, you are able to focus yourself and you're able to see them clearly. The ringing is happening, but you're able to drown it out.
All right.
Seems it is going well, Reggie 9 says.
Okay, right, I can see them
Time
at level 1.
Level 2. Level 2!
Good.
Need another discipline check.
Without map tool, I don't know how much stamina might have max.
Okay.
I'm actually going to see if it's here somewhere.
I think you have at least over 60, right?
I think it's over 60. I know it's a nice big number. Okay, then I'm going to Disciples Will it.
Okay.
I'm going to Disciples Will it without throwing the dice out of the cardboard ass dice tray that I'm using. It's a roll. It's got to roll, not throw, roll. Okay. That is 28 again with Disciples Will.
Well then, as this happens, you feel it begin to ring, and it's very. There's a lot that is coming towards you, but you try to break it down, and you are able to clear your mind. Are you ready for level 3? This is the final level.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. You I'm not gonna have you roll the small check. As you see it they go to level 3 and it rings at you and you turn it off. You turn it off. It was too much.
It's like immediate.
Yeah. Turn it off before you lost stamina, because you probably would have. Too much.
Just a little. Is there in this enhancement volume control? Just take it down just a notch.
The control is in your mind.
Ah, so I can turn it down with practice. I can turn it down.
Yes.
Okay.
The more you're exposed to it, the easier it becomes.
Right. Okay.
But you were able to get to level 3. Well, no, not necessarily get to there, but you passed level 2 at least.
2.5. Told you 2.5.
I think you are ready. Reggie
Thank
looks
you.
over. Yes,
Thank
you
you.
seem to be ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ready for what exactly? Duty?
What was that? Sorry, you cut out for me.
Ready for duty?
Reggie 8 looks at you. Marmaduke 2 would like to speak with you.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay.
You go over towards the lift. As you enter inside the lift, it takes you back to a hallway that opens up, and you begin to head down over towards another chamber in which you go by it, and you see standing outside of the door is Reggie 10.
Oh, hello again, 10.
He nods to you. He is waiting for you.
All right.
Door opens up.
How do I look? Never mind. Here we are. All right. In we go.
You go inside. You see the chamber is dark, dimly lit. And standing there at a viewer screen of space, you see the screen's border is lit up, and it's like the only light inside this chamber that is illuminating the space. And you see a figure that is standing there in uniform, has a cape that is draped down to all the way to like basically the ground at his heels. And then you see him turn around towards you. He has a mustache that kind of goes down, and it kind of hangs down a bit, and you don't see any beard or anything like that. And he looks at you. His eyes are thin, and he has a bit of a darker complexion to him. This is Marmaduke 2. And he looks at you and he says, number 9.
Number 2.
Please. As he motions out, a panel on the ground opens up, and then a chair comes out of it. Take a seat.
Thank you.
You take your seat, and you see behind you, leave us, Reggies. And the Reggies all exit, and the door just shuts. And with that, we are going to end the session there.
Oh, okay.
With next time, we'll begin with Marmaduke 2 and 9 speaking to each other.
Cool.
You haven't had a fragment with 2 in it, I don't think.
I don't think so, no.
No, I don't think so. So this is
1
new.
and 7.
This is 1, 7, and I think 3 at one point. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to the third session of this Fragments Reborn with Marmaduke 9, and we'll see where everything goes on ahead of this. If someone comes to save Marmaduke or not. So
we shall see.
Yeah, thank you all for listening. Like, share, subscribe to both of our channels. And if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power. Thank you. I thank you for listening to Fragments Reborn. Be sure to listen to the New Age campaign to get more context to Marmaduke's Fragments. Also, if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a Chosen to access Chosen creation and exclusive Codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.